another episode of Couch Fridays here with Perk and Grind. We are your hosts, Summer and
Anderson.
Yay! And today we are discussing
Ghost of
Tsushima. Yay!
Yep. So far, it's not been everything I expected, and then a lot of it has been completely what I expected. So it's.
Well, what did you think of it before it even came out?
I did see a lot of things in the gameplay in the trailers regarding parrying and swordplay and things like that. Mm-hmm. I knew parrying would be a part of it, and there's parts of it that feel Assassin's Creed inspired, even with different colors for different attacks. You'll notice different flashes from the enemies. And that can signify something that either needs to be blocked with your sword or dodged outright.
You got all this from a trailer?
No. What I got from the gameplay trailer versus the playing. I knew that there would be a parry element, and I knew that there would be a serious emphasis on gameplay. What I did not know was that it would kind of culminate in this Assassin's Creed-like functionality, and it's fun. They find a way to make it original with the blood spatter and the physics of the people you kill.
Well, let's see. I mean, for me, coming off of The Last of Us Part 2, and I started watching some trailers for Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, oh, it's Sekiro.
Yeah.
And I was not thrilled. It was beautiful.
Another game that came to mind going into it.
Like, I watched the Sony
State of Play.
Thank you, State of Play, and it was all about Ghost of Tsushima. I was like, oh, it's such a beautiful game. It's it's in my era. I love Japanese culture, the history, all that stuff. You know that. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful. But then I saw the gameplay, and I was like, oh, it's a sword. Oh god, no parries. No, oh, there's parrying. Oh my gosh, I am a button masher. You know that. I like, my buttons to say simple, but when I have to dodge and parry and block, things become complicated. So
but you're good with a bow.
I'm okay with a bow.
You're good with a sniper rifle, so there's an element to this game that I think you could do fine with.
Yes, but initially, this is what I thought. When I first saw it, I was like, it's beautiful. This is a beautiful game that I'll never play.
Yeah.
Is what I thought. Because it looked really cool, but it just looked very hard. Because I played Sekiro, remember? I was like, ooh, I'm going to play it. And I put it down after 10 minutes.
20 minutes,
okay,
yeah.
20 minutes. So, yeah, that's what I thought with Ghost of Tsushima. So, yeah.
Well, and to that, we knew going into this that I'd be playing all of it.
Yes, because initially, yes. I was just like, he's going to play it all. I'm going to watch and enjoy the beauty of it, see what they do with the history, if they even get the names right. Or whatever.
Have they so far?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's I like it so far.
It's not like listening to dubbed anime. For those who are into dubbed anime, kudos. But they could at least get the name pronunciations right. That drives me insane.
Yeah, we try to watch stuff and she'll pick it apart. You got to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah, I'm on P's and the Q's.
Well, or whatever. However you say that in Japanese, P's and Q's. How do you say P's and Q's?
You don't.
They don't have.
Chanto yatte mite. That's what I need to say. Do it correctly, please.
There we go. Okay.
Chanto yatte.
Well, correctly so far, I'll say they are telling a good story.
Yeah.
I like the story so far, and the characters. I feel like at least two of these people I've seen that are actual actors. The dude who plays Kutan Khan.
Khan is great.
He's vicious.
Khan is
the first
great.
introduction we have of him is just awesome.
He reminds me of what's his face? He's from Guardians of the Galaxy. The one with the
Drax.
Drax. Why do I want to call him Thrax? He reminds me of Drax a lot.
Yeah. I didn't really see that whole death by fire execution going down quite like that.
No, P.S. spoilers, my friend. You know how we do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's some
spoilers are coming up.
10 minutes into the game, but yeah. There's some very interesting things that happen with this catalyzing event of this invasion into Tsushima and the greater area after that. And it's honestly a good thing. The main character
Jin Sakai
is slightly insipid, a little bit uninspired,
boring.
Yeah, but the game so far is saved, and its cast is saved by the supporting cast.
Yes.
The other characters in this game, they really have some interesting stories and some crazy situations driving their motivations in the story.
They pull it together with the supporting cast because Jin Sakai is so binary. Mm-hmm. He has this code. He's going to stick to this code. And anything that's against the code is wrong. Code good, not code bad. Yeah. And that can get boring to watch. And if you have to play an entire game as that character with such good and bad views, it can get so dull. But like you said, the supporting characters make him a better person.
Yeah, I mean, not only through their acting and their stories, but Yuna in particular, you see her kind of drawing him into this different style of fighting and this different code altogether of how to get things done, and that is by any means necessary and as quietly as possible. And you see through flashbacks with Jin, that is not how he is raised. Is not how he is trained. So it's fair. It again, and these characters who you don't necessarily see, or who you only see early on in the actual real time of the game and who have been captured. But you see the development of those characters both through flashback and real time, and it really makes for an interesting story.
It does. It keeps it from being so linear.
Yeah.
That's what I do enjoy that, and I do enjoy that the supporting characters who surround Jin peel back his layers.
Even though they task him out a lot.
He's an errand boy.
Yeah. But it's, again, saved by the story, because you're like, these people all deserve justice. I need you to just run all the errands you can to get them into a group so they can go get their justice. Like, basically, and so the whole time you're like, okay, I'm going to go do it, because I need you in my game. Because we can't get this done without you.
Not without you.
So,
but it kind of, to me, just watching it kind of feels like a forced side quest.
Yes.
Like in some games, you can choose to do the side quest, and it doesn't really affect the story at all. But in this one, if you don't do them, I think you're going to have a very hard time further along. Yes,
and I'm finding I don't necessarily think you have to do them in any specific order once they're presented. In a kind of act, you have to get so many missions done to get to the end of an act, maybe, and then because it looks like it's telling it in chapters from what I've seen of the menu breakdown of your how does it put your journey or whatever, your story, your tale.
Your tale, that's what I do.
And so it's and it's got different. I know it said journal and I know it said tale, so it's like breaks it down differently, and I really think that you can go about it. It is telling a linear story but you will by no means follow a linear path to get through it, which is cool. But again, you still got to achieve all these to get through the act. You got to run a lot of errands and do a lot of just innocuous things.
Just running back and forth, hither and yon.
It gives you a fast travel, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very, very basic, very run-of-the-mill fast travel, but it works.
It gets the job done.
It beats, riding around on this not Red Dead horse.
Leave Kage alone.
So
Kage is a beautiful war horse, but again, the standard has been set so high.
Well, one thing I'm glad that Red Dead and Last of Us 2 especially set the standard on as far as what can damage a horse. I'm so glad this game does not hit that bar or even come close to it. Because, I've ran through bamboo. I've ran off 9-foot, 10-foot little cliff
little jumpies.
Things. This horse doesn't care.
Horse has I got this.
It's fine. I'm not sure you can hit the horse. Well, I'm not sure you can hurt the horse. I've definitely hit it. Triangle is not how you mount the horse in this game.
No, that's how you slash them.
It's a strong attack, by the way. So
That's why he screams so much.
Severely disrespectful on my part. I've only done it twice. Didn't mean to either
so
time.
far.
Yes.
Sorry. It's true though.
You're right. You're right.
I know. Because you run
But
your horse into trees a lot.
Need to say it.
Yes.
Okay. No, you don't. Because this isn't Red Dead. Fair enough.
Look at all the joy it has
Moving
brought me.
on.
It's brought me joy.
So, and one of the things, again, that there's some saving grace to these side quests is that the combat system is pretty cool. Again, that I didn't say unique. I said it was cool. Because a lot of it feels extremely, again, very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed.
So you say that a lot during gameplay, and I guess that's because you're playing, obviously. Mm-hmm. But from an observer standpoint, it comes off very Fallen Order. It seems very Fallen Order-y.
Well, actually, you're not wrong. Because there are direct buttons that are very similar to Fallen Order, and there are other buttons that are very similar to Assassin's Creed. Fallen Order, for example, there's a dash button with circle, and if I can remember correctly, in Fallen Order. But if you double tap it, you roll out of the way, just like in this game. But but you do it at the cost of momentum. You do it at the cost of getting swatted in the ass, so to speak, if you can't get up quick enough and move, or if you roll too close to your target.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's that aspect, and with the parrying and the sword play, a lot of Assassin's Creedness. But that's for you. That's actually good because that makes it relatively easy. If you can learn the indicators, you're good, and you can learn what you can and can't do with set indicators. You're fine.
I don't know. It looks cool when you're playing it. It's like, oh, okay. You don't seem to get stuck in a combo as much, do you?
What I'll say is this. You don't get stuck in a combo, but I see now that it will intentionally. There are parts where I pop up, and I'm like, I got him. Like, I rolled, he swung, I rolled under it. Like, I got him in the butt. And it won't respond to my button push. And I'm like, what? And I got to push it like 1, 2, 3. Now he's and I'm like, by that time, he turned around and sees it coming and usually blocks. But the reason why that was, it's not because of bad gameplay mechanics. It's because one of the attributes is popping up real quick and hitting them. So I was just like, I see what you're doing. I see that.
It's like a skill tree point thing?
Yeah, it's like, exactly. And I was just like, okay.
You want to do that.
All right. Like, okay. I feel like that should have just been inherent, but whatever. I understand, and I'd rather it be something you're limiting me intentionally for something later down the line that I have to earn and can easily earn, by the way, because they give easily. They easily give the skill points.
A good amount of skill points. I did notice, especially with the combat system, they draw on a lot of like kendo.
Yeah.
And, well, of course, fencing and sword play, but you can really see the kendo influences in this game. I mean, of course, he's samurai.
This is why you're here.
Thank
Isn't that cool, fam? Isn't that cool? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool to see. It's not just, I'm going to slash my sword at you. I'm going to do this particular move with my katana, and not just, sticky, stab.
Stabby.
Stabby. So I think that's really cool to see. And the fact that swords do hella damage. You're not just going to get a little bit of blood here and a little bit of blood. You're going to get sliced up. Yeah. And I love that.
He wears that spatter.
Yes.
He really does. You see it on his face, on his sword. One thing, a little quick tip. When you see the 4 icons on your screen, know that those are for your pad. Because it does not tell you, to my recollection, and she's really good. I'm not that great because most games I'm good with. Like, I don't need to read the instructions, admittedly. She insists on reading them out loud, anything that comes up on the screen, at least the first time that it comes up. She insists on reading it. There were no directions.
No, there were.
about this, and I feel like, and I'm gonna say Sucker Punch, it's fairly big boo-boo, in my opinion, and here's why. The wind is that you don't have a HUD, you don't have a map, you have wind. And the wind is the upward directional swipe on your pad. You didn't think that was important to tell me? You told me the wind was important, and you give me fairly good windage, but there's times when you lose it, so you just do that to keep it constant, because again, you have no HUD. You have no floating map, you have no nothing.
You have a map that you can get to, but that's just annoying.
Yeah, you can pull it up, but setting it tracking ways activates the wind. So to bring up the wind and refresh the wind, you gotta know how, and then tell me how. Another
that wind.
Yeah, going back to the pad, getting away from the wind, I was like, it's a samurai game. Sword play is very crucial in this game. In order for this not to feel like Assassin's Creed, I better be able to flick the blood off my blade. I better be able to.
Yes.
Played this game for 2 hours before I learned that the pad button is how you do that. It's the right. It's how you get it out, your sword, and it's how you put it away. Fling blood off. It's cool. He'll either do that or he'll do something like that.
And it's
awesome.
Super cool and authentic, because you don't want to get dried blood up in your sheath.
Yeah.
Sheath. Right?
Sheath.
Woohoo!
TH.
I said that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm smart. So I love that, but you also had that awkward moment where you're just randomly bowing at people.
Yeah, it's another button. That's the
You're
bottom
just bowing
button.
at people.
Okay, all 4 buttons. It goes up is clap is your wind.
Okay.
Right is your sword. Put the sword away. Get it out. Down is bow. And left is play your flute. Go Green Ranger on them.
Yes, because you did that just randomly.
I really did. In the middle of a fight, I pulled out my flute and was like, I almost don't want to get my sword out. I almost want to let them hit me because they deserve to kill me.
At this point, yes.
And that's super rude in the middle of a fight. Super disrespectful. Sorry, enemies.
So that is hilarious.
Yeah, it's really funny to just bow to somebody mid-fight. Usually you do it beforehand. You don't just... But I like that mechanic.
I do too.
Especially in what I consider the latter stages of this console generation. It is still cool to see somebody creatively use that pad that I didn't, quite frankly, think got enough love.
Usage.
In this console generation. If you put it on the next controller, you damn well better use it.
Please and thank you.
Sony, thanks.
Standoffs. Can we please say something about standoffs?
Standoffs are sick.
They are my favorite part of this game. I do not get enough.
And they put a lot of the mechanics that we like, the graphics, the blood spatter, the slow-mo. And it's innovative. I think it's innovative in a game. It's not like anything you've ever done. It's a standoff with a sword. Red Dead did standoffs, but not with swords. So I think it's pretty cool.
And so satisfying, you guys.
Yeah. It's a good way to pace. It's also a good way to pace out a battle. You can go about battles different ways. You can take it on as an assassin. You can take it on as a samurai. If you take it on as a samurai and you want to be more honorable about it, call him out. But the cool thing about calling him out and doing standoff is that it offers up opportunity to strike in succession other people with one hit and kill them quickly.
I thought that was a skill point.
Yeah, once you opt for that skill point, that attribute, you get it. But there's varying degrees of going about the battle differently, which is pretty cool, I think.
See, I just want to go in, get in the juices.
She likes creative ways of killing people. Woo! And that is another reason why I think you like the skill tree, because it gives different ways to kill people. The stances.
The water stance, all the stances. The
stone and water is where we are so far, and the difference between them is actually pretty distinct. And the styles is very distinct. The water you see is more of a brutal flowing motion, and it requires way less strikes, but it leaves you a little bit more open and provides a little less overall defense.
Because it's very wide.
Yeah, exactly.
And open.
So, but it's you're preparing for a big strike from the moment you're at home base with that stance. So but it's cool, and it feels authentic.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I like that they included it because it does feel authentic.
Yeah.
With fencing, with swordplay, there are different stances
Yeah.
that you take up. It's kind of like kung fu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got
Exactly.
the tiger and the what's that thing? Praying mantis, whatever.
And the panda.
Panda. I hate you. The panda.
Shout out to my man Poe.
Poe for life. But yes, the stances really add a bit more authenticity to it. I mean, outside of just the scenery, which is beautiful, by the way, and pretty authentic. The tatami flooring,
Wouldn't know.
everything.
You would know.
For those of you who don't know, I used to live in Japan for 8 years. I was there living in Nagoya, living my best life, doing it up. But yes, I do know, and it's beautiful to see in this game, and it's done respectfully, and I don't know, it's just done so well. So props to you guys. Good effort.
Yeah, to not be representing a modern culture and to do it so intricately and so...
It's done with love and care and respect, and I can feel that just watching you play it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Same.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, so far, I'm inclined to keep playing it, for sure.
That's a big thing, by the way, because originally, our original thoughts were, we're going to try it, but
Get
I
it
don't know
out
if we're
there.
going to finish it.
Yeah. I still don't know if I'm going to finish it.
But we'll continue it.
We will continue, but a big part of whether or not we finish depends on you all. So show us some love, you guys. Throw us some comments. Tell us what you're thinking of it so far. Whether or not you think it's worth playing. So far for us, definitely worth giving it a shot.
It's worth it.
Worth picking up if if you're into aspects of the game beforehand, you probably won't be disappointed. If you're into samurai things, you won't be disappointed. Sword fight, open world, anything but horseback riding.
Great character or
Yeah.
great side characters, beautiful scenery, great graphics.
The music
Oh my, yes, we forgot the music.
in the scenes is dope, and it's very compelling. That's one thing I looked for immediately, and it delivered on immediately. So we're definitely inclined to play it. Hopefully you're inclined to keep coming back for more and watching along with us.
Come back, babies.
Yeah. So that's all for this segment.
If you guys want to see our actual gameplay of our of Ghost of Tsushima so far, I think we're 4 hours in?
Yeah.
A good 4 hours in. So we have all of those videos. We're going to link them down below, but we have them all uploaded for you in our Couch Chronicles playlist.
And we drop them pretty much right alongside our weekly segments here on the couch. So our Couch Fridays, usually we like to drop where we played to so far in the week that follows our Couch Friday segment. You'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, hopefully you'll join alongside with us in one way or another.
Super pleasing, thank you.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm Ointment Fly.
And I'm Summernosuke.
You guys stay perky.
And keep on grinding. Bye.